Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I'm so grateful that you have joined us for this little while. We are, if you're listening to this meditation when it is being released, it is the holiday season, and there are a lot of holidays celebrated during the end of the calendar year. And I was thinking about what is the thread that runs through all of them, and it is love. And so let's get started. Let's begin with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. Breathing all the way in, filling up our lungs, holding it for a second or so, and then releasing it loudly and fully and slowly. Making our next breath a little deeper and a little slower. So just fill your lungs up. Think about how big your lungs are. They go all the way down into your belly and in your back. Fill them all the way up. Hold it for a second or so and release it. And then one more, taking the biggest breath you've taken all day. I'm releasing it. And now let's relax our bodies, and we'll change it up a little today and begin with our head, neck, and shoulders. So I invite you to tuck your chin, pull your shoulders up to your ears, squinch up your face muscles, pull it all in really tightly for a breath cycle. And then let your shoulders go down, let your head come up. And now imagine squeezing your upper rib cage. So pull your shoulders and pull your arms to your sides. Maybe pull your shoulders forward or back, whichever way feels better. And just kind of squeeze your upper chest for a second or for a breath cycle. And let it go. And now your hands and arms. So clench your fists. Bring them, if you want to, up to your tops of your arms. Squeeze your arms to your body and squeeze them to themselves. Imagine like pulling your muscles to your bones. Hold that for a breath cycle. And let your arms go. And now your midsection. Pull your muscles from your back, your sides, and your belly. Imagine like pulling them all toward your center line. Squeeze all those nice internal organs in your midsection. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. For a breath cycle, in and out. Let it go. And now your pelvis. So pull your pelvic floor up, your hips in, maybe tilt your pelvis a little bit. Pull your lower torso in. Pull it all towards center. Tighten your glutes. Just squeeze it all and then let it go. And now beginning with you're curling your toes under, either push your feet together or turn them up or down, push your legs together and squeeze all of your muscles in your legs and your feet together for a breath cycle. Breathe it in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let it go. And just notice how good it feels for your body to relax. So thinking about whatever holiday you celebrate at this time of the year, or maybe you don't celebrate any, that's okay. But whatever it is, this time of year, as the days get shorter and the nights get longer, some of us find ourselves kind of looking for the bright side, looking for the light. And the light is always love. So we think about connecting with our higher power, with the infinite, the one presence and the one power. What is that but love? I remember hearing that as a child in religion class. God is love, and not really, of course, understanding it. But as I get older, I realize that the healing power of the universe is the one power and the one presence. It is God, the divine. And that power is love. Love can move mountains. It can create bridges. It can heal hearts. And so I just invite you to think about all the love of the universe around you, and imagine that it is sourcing you. It is coming to you like your body is breathing in the air around you. Well, imagine that that air is full of love. The air around you is pure love. Just imagine that as you breathe in, you are breathing in pure, unconditional love, with not even thinking about where it's coming from. Just breathing, imagine breathing in love. Love is the multi-purpose ingredient. And we allow ourselves to be loved. And love is an action. You know, love is moving. Love is not still. So as love is given, it is also received. And you know, the best case scenario is love is given and received, and then it is returned and received, and it continues. So we think about our grandparents who loved one another and produced our parents who loved one another, and it resulted in us. So from a biological standpoint, we were born of love. But from a spiritual and emotional standpoint, even if your parents didn't get along a lot of the time, there was a divine moment when you were conceived. The love of the infinite came here to express as you. There are lots and lots of distractions in this world. Lots of things that want our attention, especially this time of year. If you watch any television or get on the internet or social media, there's just so many things wanting our attention. And I invite you to let go of all of that for a moment and to remember where you came from. You came from love. When your soul was in the infinite, when it was in the oneness, fully present in the oneness. It was love that motivated you to know it's time to have a human experience. And it is love that is your truest essence. So I invite you to think about who loves you. Sometimes there are people who want to love us, and we find it hard to receive their love. Sometimes because it comes with conditions. But let's let go of all of our thoughts about who loves us and just be aware of the love that is coming to us, flowing endlessly and unceasing. And since the subject came up about people who want to love us with certain conditions attached, sometimes there are people we want to love and it's the same deal. We can't necessarily be in the same room with them, but we want to love them. Sometimes we are related to them. And there's a magic trick that works that I was taught by my guides a number of years ago, and that is to imagine, because all of us are still present in the oneness. Part of our souls are still present in the oneness. And so imagine that the part of your soul that is present in the oneness is sending love, unconditional love, because that's the kind of person you are, to the soul of the person you know who is difficult to love. Their personality, their human expression is difficult to love, but their soul is in the oneness, the same as ours is. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment for you to just imagine what it's like to send love to their soul. And perhaps you imagine their soul sending it back without conditions, without reservation, without manipulation, just purely sending your soul love energy. We know that we are all connected in the oneness. We are all one with the one presence and the one power. And so just as I say at the end of every meditation, the Namaste prayer, which is the infinite presence in me honors and recognizes the infinite presence in you, I invite you as you go through this holiday season, or if you are listening to this at another time of year as you go through your days, to just imagine that you see everybody as the infinite loving soul that they are, and that they see you as the infinite loving soul that you are. And you are in this big cycle of giving and receiving love, an unending, beautiful circle of love. The love that you are is precious and beautiful and unending. So one last little ditty, and that is, imagine yourself, connect with your soul that is in the oneness. Just feel the oneness moving in, through, and as you. And imagine sending love to the one presence and the one power, and receiving it back multiplied many times over. Feeling the love of the infinite, feeling, experiencing the love of God without reservation. You are infinitely lovable, infinitely loving. You are love itself. And we are so glad you came. I invite you to think these words: I am love itself. I am love itself. I am love itself. So as the week goes on, I invite you to remind yourself several times a day, I am love itself. And to look at the lights of the season, the decorations, and everything that people do, and recognize that it is motivated by love. People decorate their houses as a way to love their neighbor. People buy gifts as a way of showing their love. People send cards as a way of showing their love. So I invite you to receive it because you deserve it. You are love itself. And how could love not deserve itself, right? So thank you so much for joining me this short while. And I invite you to have a wonderful, wonderful week. And to remember that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are in the infinite presence, moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the infinite presence moving in, through, and as you. Namaste.